Good morning. Good morning to you. J. Africa's Last Dance. The dance, the dance to the heart, where we're making it to the heart-centered reality. Okay, that's what we're doing here on this channel. Good morning and welcome. I haven't been sleeping well, and I don't know why, but I'm pushing through this anyway. Really, I woke up. I'm waking up like 1:30, 2 in the morning, 2:30, and like, man. But I think I'm going through a phase now. That's going to right itself, right the ship soon enough. And there you have it. Okay, so welcome to you all. It's another beautiful day in California. The weather, the heat has calmed down a little bit, and it's a joy to be alive, really. So, hooray for that. Here's what I've been doing in the morning. Now, this is what I explained to you before, along with everything else I'm doing. This mantra, hand on the chest, hand on here, usually two, but I'll put one now, right here, see? I am who I am. I am good enough as I am. I am loved for who I am. I am who I am. I am good enough as I am. I am loved for who I am. I am who I am. I am good enough as I am. I am loved for who I am. Okay, what we're doing here with a little bit of gusto, you got to say that. Hands on that, usually I put two. What we're doing is we're recalibrating our subconscious mind. We're introducing a new software program for our unconscious mind with that mantra, okay? That mantra is going to produce a sense of confidence and relaxation and ease and just a nice new way of operating in this world. That mantra, imagine that's what we all suffer from. I am who I am. No apologies. I am who I am. I am good enough as I am. How many of us really at the base of things don't think we're good enough, basically? And I am loved for who I am. That means I don't have to do anything to earn love. I am loved for who I am. Those three tiered request or statements act as a introduction to our subconscious of a new software program that overtakes us and washes away all the doubts and smallnesses and things that have been plaguing us as we appraise ourselves, and it can help bring on a new world for ourselves. All right, so it's a very, very powerful mantra, and simple as though it is, and it is. At the end, I also say, as I drinketh, as I drinketh, as I drinketh the breath of God, as I drinketh the breath of God. See, I've added that to it. That's my own. I got that mantra from somebody else. That is a way to one of the things we do here to re-educate our subconscious mind and have a new operating system in that mind that is going to help us in so many different ways live in the moment and be relaxed and confident in that moment. You got that? Okay, good, very good. Okay, now this is going to be a bit of a review. We're going to go over very, very quickly. I've made it more concise. The Frankenstein video and my progress, who I am right now, what I am doing right now. Okay, gotta get my glasses on. I know they're going to shine and make it not look good, but that's tough. My Frankenstein video, all these things that I have been living with for the last 40 years before I started on this noble trek of mine of becoming a heart-centered human being. Okay, and I termed it Frankenstein, like I'm a Frankenstein put together with the graveyard of collective subconscious humanity. And I pieced together by Dr. Frankenstein with all these things that I was stuck with as a being back then as a Frankenstein, really walking around Frankenstein in a zombie-like state. I was a dead man walking, was all I was, and these are the things that were working in my mind and were a lot of who I was. Number one, already lost. Okay, it felt as though I've already lost the battle of life, and my life was over. Okay, it was just like the air had gone out of me, or I was Humpty Dumpty, and I fell to the ground and broke into a million pieces, and I was over. All the attitudes absorbed from society and my parents. What was from them, what was important and what was moral, okay, from early on, from those influences. Behaviors shaped by other reactions, other people's reactions to me early on. How I was early on, maybe a little bit rambunctious. As people didn't respond to that very well, I shaped my beingness or my behavior because I was getting bad reviews, basically. All right, I didn't know any better. There was more them than it was me, but I thought it was me. Self-negativity, negative self-concept, unlovable, unworthy. Okay, I felt unlovable, unworthy. I had a huge self-negative quotient, a huge self-negative concept. Okay, it was almost a joke. It was so bad. Really, it was almost a joke. Fear, anxiety, depression, hate, pain. That was my emotional life. I swear to God. That was it. That's what I had fallen into. Once again, fear, anxiety, depression, hate, pain, and those were my emotional lives, okay? Repression of traumatic events, personal conclusions at the hands of those events, okay? You go through certain traumatic events, you come up with certain conclusions, all right? And then they exist in your subconscious and are with you from then on. Emotional insulative quality, presenting a myriad of interpersonal problems and issues and ways. I had this sort of, wasn't experiencing life in its raw form anymore. I had this sort of insulative quality that had me away from life and experiencing life in its full wonder and glory. All right? Anger and aggressive mental attitudes, the desire to strike back. As you get affected by all these, you kind of start to get pissed off, really, is what it is. And when I say aggressive, I mean when people would come to me, I usually rarely felt it. Early on, I was a teaser. I used to tease everybody, but I never used to initiate. But as people came to me, you develop this sort of a desire to strike back. You know, okay, you do me, I'll do you worse. I'll do you one. That was part of my makeup. It is really not. I felt the most, when I was younger, I felt the most powerful when I was in my most positive moods. I came across, during all this, every once in a while, I came across my true self. And that true self was of good nature. And I felt as though I could walk into any situation and dissolve all the negativity just because of my bursting, booming good nature. That was the root of my power. I felt powerful then, and the root of my power wasn't me being bad, and making people fearful around me. It was my goodness. That's what made me powerful. Overall prisoner of my own mind state. I felt a prisoner of my mind, and that was it. It goes along with already lost. My life has been already lost. And all I am is walking around prisoner of my mind state, bound and tightened, and that was it. No love, no life. As I walked around in this old self, there was no love and no life in my life. Okay, I didn't feel like I was alive, and there was no love for myself. I had very little love for others. And the exposure to intellectual ideas and try to shape myself around some of those intellectual ideas, trying to grasp it being something. Oh, maybe I'll try this. Ayn Rand was one that objectivism, that whole thing. Try to shape myself to those intellectual ideas, which was much more a problem than it was a help. Ayn Rand, I had that discussion with you. It is turned out to be mostly BS, and I thought it was the thing at the time. I thought I was so sophisticated and wonderful, coming up with these new intellectual ideas and the way she put it all together. And I wanted to be like Howard Roark. I wanted to be these types of people, John Galt. I want to be that, it's ridiculously silly, but we all go through that. And the world is littered through people having been inculcated with intellectual ideas, and they become these intellectual ideas, mainly to their detriment. Feminism is another one, intellectual feminism. But women are running off the cliff with intellectual feminism. I had no idea all along of what I was doing. No idea at all. I would just flailing at behaviors that I thought would pull me out of this that I needed to do, and I was wrong on almost all counts. I was doing the social illusion complex bidding. Okay, what part of me was doing the social illusion complex bidding, being competitive, wanting to win, feeling as though I had to show expertise at something to get somebody to love me. All of those, I never made money, but never was into celebrityism either. But all those social conscious illusion complex things that infect us all, and then we begin to live them out. Making myself small. We all do that. We hopefully will want to be liked. We want to be thought well of. We want to fit in. So we take the edges off ourselves and we make ourselves small to fit in. Feelings of not wanting to be not wanted by humanity, really. I took the psychedelic MDMA, the best drug you're ever going to take, MDMA. It is like God fashioned that drug. And just below my normal conscious level, I felt unwanted by humanity. That me in my full flower of beingness, and whatever message I came to deliver through that beingness wasn't really wanted by humanity. They were busy, doing their small-minded things, being their small, selves. Some, doing achieving things, and busy doing all that sort of stuff. And I felt like no one really wanted what I had to offer. Uncooperative, argumentative attitudes that were a way of rebelling and not submitting. I felt as though to fight that smallness, I became uncooperative and argumentative as a way of expressing myself. I was walking into a 21 into the eating area of a restaurant one time, and some girls were discussing abortion. So I blurted out, "Women shouldn't be pulling live fetuses out of their bodies and killing them." That's what I said, like that, and that they freaked everybody out. You know what I mean? But stuff like that, silly stuff like that. I felt like a fraud. This subtle feeling of being a fraud. Okay, and we all suffer from that. I've seen big football players say, I feel like a fraud. And everybody kind of feels subtly like a fraud moving through this life. And as I absorbed all these things I've just mentioned, in a way, you are kind of a fraud if you're living all those things out. Always seemingly wanting to be somewhere else, and be somebody else, and doing something else. I remember as a teenager looking around going, why can't I be somewhere else and somebody else? Because I'm so uninteresting, and this reality around me is so uninteresting. I want to be someone else and do something else. Just think about what an idiotic thing that truly is. But that's what I thought. We all probably go through that because they also seem so uninteresting to ourselves, basically. Always wanting somebody else, me and you against the world. The whole idea of me against the world, we all suffer from that, especially, this is 3D. This is a prime example of what 3D is. Me and you against the world, the song, me and you against the world, that whole thing, and that's what we all feel like. We're all feeling like it's us against the world, and that's a 3D reality, okay? And in 5D, in the larger reality, that's going to completely disappear. We realize how much support we have. And it isn't us against the whole world, you know what I mean? And we're going to find that out, and we're in the middle of finding that out as we all grow and express. Incomplete self, a sense of emotional, everything incomplete, sort of dismembered apart, and in that I lost a sense of friendship. I was no longer able to feel friendship. Okay, and it's a sorry place to be, and I'm just getting that back somewhat now. The idea of being present enough to feel friendship once again, something we all suffer from as we get older. Hard to really find and build friendships and that bond that signals friendship. We're trying the best we can, but it's not the same as, when you're 10, 11, 12, you go to school, you meet a bunch of people and you filter some of them out, and all of a sudden you meet a friend and you can feel that friendship. You know it's a friend. And I lost that ability. What a sad story that truly is. And there was, I am a child / piece of God. That whole thing was nowhere to be found. Okay, I am a child / piece of God with unlimited potential. Okay, that prime thought was nowhere to be found. Okay, I was lost in all these things that were just part of my consciousness, part of my life, and that true thought was nowhere to be found. Period. These are then. I lost my sense of friendship. Okay, that's been said. These were the dominant aspects of my personal reality and sense of self. No sense of core, no sense of true, no sense of authenticity. All those things were eating away at that idea, a sense of a core, authentic self that you can gain confidence from. I completely lost it. And these things here then were my Frankenstein. Okay, these things were made up what I referred to or thought of as my life. And decades trying to work my way through that. All right, and I'm going to cut this here because I have the flip side. But this is taking. I want this ended in 15 minutes. I have the flip side. We'll do that next video. Okay, of what I am now and how I'm situated now with the growth I've had over the last 12 years. Let's say. Okay, and I know I've kind of done this, but I wanted to clean it up some. This is in clean up mode. Make it more concise. And I kind of fumbled through it last time, but this is a better presentation of that. Next video is going to be how I am now, what kind of progress I have made, and I've already kind of done that in a way, but this is like a review, and I'm going to make that more concise. And I've already written it all down, so I'll do this probably in the next couple of days. What I am now, how far I've come and the advantages of the things I've been doing and how far they've got me, and how I'm going to present that to you also. Okay, so part one then of this review here, and then we'll do the comeback, me on the like Rocky comeback trail, on the comeback trail. And we'll see how that comes across, and I'll do it even more concise. Okay, that's going to be it, I think. I am Jeff Africa, citizen of Earth, loyal patriot of the United States of America, and I stand unafraid. And these four, Mother Earth, Divine Mother, Paramahansa Yogananda, and Yeshua ben Joseph, I've chosen these to assist me, sit on my shoulder, to get this done. Okay, I'm getting out of the ego-driven mind consciousness, and I'm moving to the heart and becoming a heart-centered beaming love, unconditional love to everyone I know and everyone I meet, and an illumined being, better able to receive, perceive, sense, and feel the divine presence within me and all around me. Okay, that's what I'm after here, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, so in the next couple of days, I'm going to do the flip side of this as the review, because like I say, I've done this, but I've cleaned it up some and made it more concise. Do I want to say anything else? Yeah, probably, but I'm not remembering it. And okay, I feel good today. I've done some good stuff lately. I've done the moons, the moon, a couple of moons in the last weekend. I absorbed those in the ceremony, Mother Mary's heart opening ceremony, the open rose ceremony. Both nights I had that blessed water with the crystals on it, And I sucked up both those nights of moon energy and the sun the next day. And I went down into the forest and did the heart opening ceremony, and I had a great time. And I'm laying naked on Mother Earth too. After the ceremony, I flip over on my stomach in the moisture of that blessed water and talk to Mother Earth at that time. And I recommend you do something like that. It is quite something. And talk about harmonizing yourself. What better way to do that than to lay naked on Mother Earth and talk to her as your most intimate friend? And what a way to awaken, generally speaking, this sense of friendship from there. How you talk to Mother Earth, and then you begin to talk to others in that same sense. That's what I've been up to. Okay, all right.